Okay, Gwen, taking a look at your swing here. We're going to start with the chip shot. You have very good technique with this shot and you're pretty successful with it. So as you can see, your feet are close together, your weight's leaning on the left leg, maybe 70%, hands well ahead of the club head and the ball, really getting that forward shaft lean. So weight leaning left, hands forward, that's going to de-lock the club and create a low running shot. From this position, you can see how your arms and club head have kind of formed a Y. Your hands are a little pressed forward, so it's a little bit of a slanted Y, but still a Y. And from this position, you're going to keep your body still and just swing the arms back and through. Very good. That's perfect. Arms. Keep the body still. Swing the arms back and through. And you hit a nice little chip shot there. And you're good at chipping. Chipping's the low running shot. So if you wanted to hit one higher, you would take out your sand wedge, and now you can see the weight's 50-50. You can see how the hands are just slightly ahead of the ball or right across from the ball. That's perfect. So that's going to allow you to utilize the loft on the sand wedge opposed to leaning forward and de-locking it. So once again, you've got your Y, and from a weight 50-50 position, there's the Y. So from this position, you're going to keep your body still and swing the arms back and through, maintaining the Y. Swing the Y back. It's okay to get a little bit of wrist hinge. Swing the Y through, so you can see how this is just a perfect Y here. You want that. You don't want the club up here flipping through with the hands. Obviously that wouldn't be a Y, and that would lead to a lot of inconsistency. So it's okay to get a little bit of wrist hinge on the backswing, and make sure you have the Y on the follow through. So that's how you're going to hit some higher lofted short shots. And then also the important aspect is to keep the same tempo back through, giving it a little pop. So if it's a real short shot, maybe 5 yards or so, you were really good at the 10, 15, 20 yards. But the real short ones, you're just going to take the club back to about right here, give it a pop, and then right there, give it a pop, and then stop right there. So condensing the swing will allow you to give the ball a little bit more pop, and it still won't go too far. Taking a long swing for a short shot will force you to decelerate, and once you decelerate, there's a good chance you won't hit the ball as solid as you would like. So we definitely did some great work with the short game, specifically the shorter, higher shots, and we're basically using the same chipping motion which you already had, which you're very good at, but we took you into a regular golf stance so you could utilize the loft of the sand wedge opposed to taking it off. Moving on to the driver, which was really your main goal for the lesson. And you said you had sliced the ball and been slicing it for years. So basically a slice is when the club face comes in like this, hits the ball shoots over there because that's the way the club face is pointed. So I know you've had a lot of different thoughts in your mind, stuff like that, but we're just going to take it real simple, and we're just going to work on closing the club face, because if you close the club face, it certainly won't go to the right. So we talked about closing the club face on the backswing, and this is you trying to close the club face, and you can see how it's pretty square really. Closed, it would be really face pointing towards the ground. Open, it would be pointed towards the sky. This is pretty much square, but that's you trying to keep it closed. You want to keep it closed on the backswing. Now what can help you keep it closed is the left hand grip, turning the left hand more to the right, seen more logo of the left-hand grip. Then you go to the top, and this is all very good stuff in your swing. This is some great stuff. So then we got to get the club face. So here it's in toe-up position. It's perfectly square, really. And then you're going to come into the bag. And you can see how straight that club face is. So there's no question this ball is going to go dead straight. And it actually did. So your old way, we would see the club face like that. Now this is kind of a difficult thing to think about as you're trying to hit the ball. It's easier to think about keeping the club face closed on the backswing. So how you're going to train yourself to do this is you're going to do the impact bag drill if you have an impact bag, or you can pull out the 6 or 7 iron and exaggerate low and left shots, intentionally hit them low and to the left. Use that as your medicine. So whenever you start slicing, you need to either do the impact bag drill or you need to hit low and left shots with a 7 iron. Do that for a few minutes, then go back to the driver, see if the medicine is worn off and you made the change in your swing. I don't want to clutter your mind with a lot of thoughts. I mean, you've got so much good stuff in your swing, this open club face was really preventing you from reaching your full potential. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in the swing. A lot of good stuff. Look at that ball. That thing's crushed. Look at it. That's dead straight, going pretty far. And it's the same thing with the irons, and there's no question that hitting a divot, which is something you strive for, or at least brushing the grass, will be a lot easier with that closed club face. Having an open club face really prevents you from hitting the ball solid. Same thing with the iron. Once again, this is you trying to keep the club face closed, but you can see it's pretty square. Square is when the toe is pointing towards the sky. So keep trying to keep that club face pointed down. Once again, that club face is perfectly straight there. You're going to hit a solid straight shot. Look at that ball. Couldn't be going any straighter. So this is how you're going to train yourself to do this. You understand that you need to close down the club face, but this is your medicine. So the idea is to keep the club face pointed at the bag, going back. We want it a little bit more closed. Club face pointed down at this position. And then you can see right there, the toe of the club is definitely in front of the heel. So that ball would not be going to the right. It would be going straight or left. As I mentioned to you in the first month, if you hook shots too much to the left, don't get down on yourself for that. That's just an overcorrection. If you slice them to the right, then you can be tough on yourself. But this is definitely going to give you more power and straighter shots and improve your contact.